What's up guys, welcome back to another video. As you see behind me, we got all the tour trailers here. My bag's a little bit of a mixed bag, so we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna go talk to some of the greatest minds when it comes to the equipment side of things, so I'm pretty excited for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoy, buckle up, this is a good one. All right guys, so we've started with the putter. We are with Cody Hale. Where do you hail from, Tennessee?
Yeah, Tennessee, Nashville.
No play on his last word, or last name there, but we're here to talk about the putter. This is the putter guy. He's been given way too much responsibility, and that was to fit me into this bad boy. I'm gonna let you talk about it. I'm gonna shut up, I'm gonna let you talk about it. Tell them why they should try one of these and why this one works better than all the other putters that you could have put me in.
Jailbird Versa 380, arm lock style, which is obviously a little new concept for you, right?
Well, I mean, you lock it in here,
yeah.
You lock it in here,
yeah.
And then you lock it in on what we're standing on.
It's like cheating.
It is,
right?
Basically.
But the Jailbird's been popular lately, right?
Name some of the people that are using it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Ricky Fowler, Wesley Bryan,
okay.
Wyndham Clark.
Why'd you name Ricky first instead of Wyndham Clark? Because Wyndham's been using it longer and won a major with it, but you went with Ricky first.
Ricky was using it first. Keegan was the first one. And then Wyndham started using it because of Ricky.
Okay.
They played together, and so he was filling it up.
And then grip, what do we got grip-wise?
So grip, we're working with Super Stroke,
okay.
21-inch 1.0P. Obviously makes a lot of sense in this kind of setup, where you can arm lock it, you can grip down on it, balances out the putter a little bit with this head. I think the head's great because it's, obviously you got the Versa technology, alignment system there, but you've got a bigger profile, super stable. And then you're working with a little different insert here.
Right, I got the Pro insert. I thought it was the cheap insert, but it turns out, he told me that it was the Pro insert because it's starting to wear a little bit on the color, but...
Yeah, that's just from a lot of made pots.
I know, but why is it over here?
If you clean your golf ball, it wouldn't get dirty.
And then, so when we started off, what did you build it? You built it at 40 inches?
So I think we went 40, I think we went 42.
No, we started at 41. We had to add an inch in Napa.
We did go an inch longer in Napa.
I just wanted to anchor it up a little bit higher. And then initially, like, I'm weird with grips, and I thought that, you were the one that put the grip on, right?
Yeah.
I thought that the grip was on crooked.
He blamed me for this, yeah.
And so it felt a little bit weird in the hands, and then, so anyway, it's all dialed in.
The grip is on square.
It is.
We feel good about that.
Cody's one of the best putter guys in the world, hence the reason he's got the job out here. He's done a great job. I mean, I'm literally looking at a lot of Odyssey putters across the green right now. And he's a big reason for that. Anyway, that's the putter.
Versa Jailbird 380 with a little firmer insert. That's it.
It is, and it's delightful. Hey, and by the way, Tennessee absolutely smoked the Gamecocks last week. I'm still a little bit bitter about it.
You know, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but it was a nice win for us.
We went there. All right, done with the putter. Now we're gonna head over, do some wedges with Aaron Dill, who is an absolute legend, by the way. Complete and utter legend, so stay tuned. All right, as promised, we're here with the absolute wedge goat, Aaron Dill. I'm actually gonna let him do the talking because he basically made these things for me. So we're gonna go through wedges.
So there's 3 Vokey wedges here, all SM9, all raw finish. There's some uniqueness to this set. And I think if you really look back in the history of our working together, we met in Texas at, I believe, the Byron Nelson.
Yep, we did. We talked for a while.
We had our first conversation there. I'd wanted to work with you for a long time, but that was kind of our first.
I was just becoming kind of a free agent at that point, so.
I know how to sniff them out, I guess, you know? so we had a discussion, and one of the things that Wesley said was, I am definitely a top 5 wedge guy out here on the PGA Tour. And after watching him hit some shots, I think you actually said number 1.
I did say that, but it was like one of those little pieces of sarcasm that had a hint of truth in it. Because I know that there's some guys that I think for sure are a little bit better with these clubs than me, but I can't imagine there's that many.
But there's a lot of truth into that statement, right? While I know it seems like it might come off a little silly, the reality was there's not a lot of guys out here who pull off some of these shots that you pull off. There's a creative freedom associated with the way you play wedges, and I think that's what makes your short game so impressive, is your comfort in just kind of doing what you want to do and pulling it off all the time. I will say this, it took us some time to find balance in this.
It did.
We had you out at TPI, we worked together on the road, we had many conversations on the phone. I sent you product from our offices in Carlsbad, and we've settled on a really cool, unique set that has some basic structure to it, but also some thoughtful meaning to how you want to hit certain shots, right?
Yeah.
So the first one's 5208. This is an extension of the iron set. While there is value in that, and you can do some crazy stuff with it if you wanted to, it's really, in my opinion, it's like, okay, what am I doing off of the irons? This is a distance club. He can set it into flags, put plenty of spin on it, manage his flight, and he's really one of the better flighters of the golf ball. If you really watch how his golf ball flights through wind or, you know, downwind, he manages his trajectory beautifully.
Bad technique. It's called being really steep, but getting good at being really steep.
But it's not, because if you look at the best wedge players in the world, they are sub 30 launchers, and sub 30 launchers are excellent carry yardage players, and they also have a lot of stopping power and spin. So, you know, when you talk about how PGA Tour greens are put together, you need that combination of flight and spin to attack pins when you need to be aggressive. So definitely.
How are they off the tee, those sub 30 flighters with wedges? How are they off the tee usually?
Well, they tend to be a little spinny, a little catty. but still, you know, that is really kind of the one of the key formulas of being a good wedge player is managing ball flight. It's something we focus on all the time. But then we creep into this 5614F. Again, this can serve two purposes. Mainly when I'm fitting somebody into something like this, it's because it needs to be a fairway club, but it also needs to be a around the green club, right? And in conditions
bunkers only. Bunkers only. Let's not get it twisted. I know he's trying to sell me on using it around the greens, but I'm just a one-trick pony, and this is actually the newer version of 58.
He's not a one-trick pony.
One-trick pony
no,
around
he's
the green.
Not. He does, yeah, he's got a lot of tricks in this wedge, but that's kind of the part of my job that's cool is I can encourage you to play this wedge more by offering you up some things that help make other shots easier. Long bunker shots, into grain Bermuda grass like we're experiencing this week. This tends to be a grainy place with a lot of moisture. You need some bounce in those spots. And you want to vary the types of bounces you have in your setup, because if I give you all low bounce, you're kind of off balance, right? You can't pull off some of those shots. So got a bunch of bounce here, and then we move into the fun club. And I know, like, this is the cool part is he goes 52, 56, 58. This is not a common or usual sort of thing. Usually you'd see some, you know, 4 degrees, 4 degrees, 4 degrees. But this one really just sort of fit the bill on what you wanted to do.
It did exactly what we wanted it to do. For me, the reason I go 58 is because I want to be able to creep it out outside of 100 yards going into the green. Like, I felt like with the 60, we got pinched and cut off, and it was a little bit higher flight, a little too much spin. And so we tried, we literally tried for like a day to fiddle around with the 60 degree.
We did. I tried to convince him in every way.
It just didn't pan out.
You got to do this. The reality is that comfort plays a big part in your selection, and this one just fits you the best. So it's not a really common thing, and in some cases, you know, we'd see guys creep into a 61, 62, 63, but you went the other way, which is super cool. With
the A grind too, which is the legendary Aaron grind.
So the thing that I learned from you right away is that versatility is probably the most important part of what you do with short game, meaning I need to be able to hit every possible shot under the sun whenever I want to, straight face, open face, etc. But a lot of your shots tend to be open face, so you expose a lot of the trailing edge bounce, which means he needs to be a thinner flanged wedge player. If we can reduce flange width and we can take some bounce away, it frees him up to feel very comfortable, to open up the face and not see it rise above the golf ball. Because as soon as you see that, you're going to be a little nervous and you're going to feel steeper, and we didn't want that. So we're trying to keep him as shallow as possible.
And a lot of people, they try and take it off of the heel to get that flat setting look, but I feel like with the, like you said, just having the flange more narrow, instead of just trying to like jam it all off the heel to where that thing sits, because then you basically turn the low left into a knife. Because I hit a lot of shots where I like to drop my hand, so if I have a knife in that low left, it doesn't exactly pan out or work out. So that's the reason I've liked the A grind.
And I would be willing to bet that you're a very visual golfer, meaning if you don't like what you're looking at, you're not going to ever give it a shot, right? So you have to be able to set it down and go, okay, if I manipulate the face, am I going to feel like I can pull off the shots that I need to pull off? If you don't like the way that looks, you're in trouble. So as you open up faces like this, or soles like this, you want it to rest as close to the ground as possible so that you can slide it under the ball. You can sort of just freewheel get under that shot and pull it off.
And then we're dabbling into a new territory. We've got a 58 degree pitching wedge here. The reason I wanted to try it, I was actually talking with Aaron before getting here to the Sanderson. I just wanted to, like, for a long time, I've been a really good wedge player through the 52. I was like, why would I not just try and take that same look into the pitching wedge to try and stretch that comfort out to that 140, 141 number, which is here momentarily what we're going to try and get dialed in with this one right here. So this is a new toy. We think it's going to go in the bag starting this week, but maybe not. We'll have to stay tuned here for a little bit. Thank you, Aaron.
You got it. Thank you.
That was amazing. I'm glad he spent a lot of the time talking, because I don't know much about the nerdy stuff. And thanks for all that you've done to help me get this bag dialed in.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for letting me have a spot in your bag.
anytime. So you think we need half degree stronger and we'll be in a good spot?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna turn one over. I'm gonna try and get one. Should be able to get like 142 before we turn. 41. All right, we're only a half degree away. I think I said 58 earlier, meant 48, but you said it's already at 47?
It is at 47,
So
yeah.
we're gonna go 46 and a half, and I think we're gonna be in a real good spot. 141, it's the number we need to get to.
Easy.
Right. Oh,
Take
that's
these.
yours.
You can have that, and I'll be back.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, wedges are complete. That was extremely insightful. I enjoyed listening. I just like listening to Aaron talk about wedges because, like I said, he's one of the greatest to ever touch a wedge. From the technical side of things, that was a treat. Now we're gonna head on over to the irons. There's been a lot floating on the internet about the clubs that are sitting in the bag. So we're gonna go through the Tacoma irons. So in Napa, I had the pitching wedge and 9-iron in the MB. After doing a little bit dabbling around, I just started to realize I had the 8-iron through 4-iron in the CBs, and I just enjoy the little bit thicker top line. Coming from the Strixons that I was playing, I felt like they matched them a little bit better. And so anyway, I fought it. I thought that I wanted the bladier look for the short irons. Anyway, now making its way into the golf bag, the 9-iron 301 CB to start off with. And we've actually got the CBs all the way through the bag, all the way to 4-iron. And so like when I look down at it, now I've got the same top line on the 4-iron as I do the 9-iron. Really uniform through the bag. So shaft wise have X1. The reason I went with X1, I actually switched over to it probably in college. I was looking for a little bit higher flight with a little bit less spin. So I was dabbling around with the Project X, I think 6.5 if I remember. But then I ended up settling. I just felt, I could feel the club face a little bit more with these. With the Project X, I just felt like it was a little bit more of a board. These things actually have a little bit more give in them. So X1 through the bag. I don't think we talked about shafts and wedges, but shafts and wedges, we've got the S400. It's basically just a little bit softer, one step below the X1. So the irons, I've actually been extremely satisfied. There was a lot of people that were kind of questioning going to the Tacoma irons. Like I said, and I guess Golf WRX put out a pretty good article on PGA Tour, just the shakeup going from what would be the traditional, like all these tour trucks that you see, like these people that I'm working with. I had those irons in the bag, and now I'm going to a more direct to consumer, a lower price point iron. What I would say from that price point, it's not, it has nothing to do with the quality of iron. Like people will look down at them. If they've never heard of them, they would be like, man, these things look amazing, because this is like a really high-end specialty thing. So literally when people have never heard of them and they see them for the first time, they're asking if it's some high-end Japanese brand. And I'll be like, listen, I don't know. I just know that they're extremely affordable. They feel great, they look great, and I tried them out and they perform great. So that's why they're in the golf bag. So actually right now, I'm fairly certain it's gonna be live. There will be a link down below if you want to go order the same setup that I got. There should be a link down below in the description, so go check them out. They're, I'm not going to say as cheap as you can get for quality, but as cheap as you can get for quality right here at Tacoma. All right, we have wrapped up every single iron that I have in my bag, every wedge that I have in my bag, the putter. Now we're gonna head on to the big sticks. We're gonna go to woods. I've got a couple more special guests for you guys. One of them, my personal favorite, Johnny Thompson, is gonna be making his way onto the channel momentarily, talking about the driver. And then I think we're gonna have Corey from TaylorMade talk through hybrid 3-wood, so stay tuned. All right, we have made our way into the TaylorMade truck. Found our good friend Corey here, and he's gonna walk through. We got two TaylorMade clubs in the bag right now. We got old trusty 3-wood, and we've got this. Actually, this club was personally built by Corey at the John Deere. My clubs didn't make it, and I just wanted to try a hybrid. Turns out, honestly, since then, been one of the best clubs in my bag.
Nice.
So he has done a really good job with this one, and now I'm just gonna let him take it away. I'm gonna let him talk about it.
Perfect, yeah, so Wesley shows up, John Deere, no clubs, he's freaking out Monday morning. So we had to make a whole bunch of new stuff. We're kind of throwing everything up in the air. I didn't have his clubs there to see. You got his old trusty 3-wood, which is our original Stealth. You can see by his nice wear pattern that he's not good enough to hit it in the middle very often from this side of it.
Hey, do you know, fun fact, do you want to know whose wear mark is further on the toe on the 3-wood? That I think we would both agree, a very good ball striker, Adam Scott.
Oh, there we go.
Take a look at his 3-wood, and you come back with me and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I was wrong.
So yeah, so we built up the Stealth 2 hybrid at the Deer. We got a Ventus 8X in the blue from that side of it. We're trying to get a little more height in it for him from that side of it. Glad it worked out. Hopefully this is going to be the money maker this week. Hold it out with this thing a couple times. All right, so 3-wood, we've got original Stealth. We're in the 15-degree standard position, so nothing crazy there. We're going with the Diamond of the GT60X, so a little bit lighter for the 3-wood side from that side of it. You're a super stroke guy in the grip. Love that. Looking good from that side of it. But obviously this has been in the bag for a while, so this must be a trusty shot for you. A club that you trust a lot from that side of it. 3-wood's a hard one. Something that the players stick with.
What they say, and once you find the 3-wood,
it's a tough one.
You don't ever take it out of the bag. So this one's been in there a while. Corey over here at TaylorMade's been, actually, we go way back to like before I was even on the Corn Ferry Tour, back in the mini tour days.
Yep.
TaylorMade initially signed me right out of school, and so I was through the bag TaylorMade, and Corey actually built my whole golf bag.
I built a lot of your stuff back then.
Between you and John, y'all built my entire golf bag.
Yeah.
So I've known Corey a long time. He's one of the best in the business, and that's actually been pretty fun. This video being able to get everybody's insight, all the best minds in the game of golf to come in and talk about what's in a very below average PGA Tour player's golf bag. So
I like to say PGA Tour winner's golf bag.
Former PGA Tour winner. Corey, thanks bud.
Cheers, boys.
Appreciate it. All right, so we just got done wrapping up with TaylorMade 3-wood and hybrid. Now we're gonna head on over to the Callaway truck, talk to Johnny Thompson, finish off the video with the driver. So anyway, we'll see you over there. All right, we've made our way to the Callaway truck. The final spot in the golf bag that we have not discussed is the driver with Johnny Thompson, one of my favorite humans on all the planet, definitely one of my favorite reps on tour. And when it comes to really drivers, putters, through the bag, one of the more, I would say, knowledgeable on the nerdy side of things than most out here. Would you agree?
Heavy on the nerd, but yeah.
So anyway.
The Paradigm Triple Diamond 9, the infamous Triple Diamond.
It is. Why Triple Diamond? What's the difference between Triple Diamond and regular?
This driver we designed, I think the first one was Epic Flash, was the first time we had a Triple Diamond. And for a couple generations, Flash, Rogue, Epic Speed, even Rogue, we didn't take it to retail. It was very popular on tour. We were fine-tuning it, and this year was the first year that we actually brought Paradigm to retail, Triple Diamond, so that's...
Do you think that it's a good idea or a bad idea for most people watching to go Triple Diamond?
If you have a slice, don't play the Triple Diamond.
Okay.
So this driver was developed for it. It's a very neutral CG, but it will take off and want to stay a little bit more on the right side of the player's window, and I think that's why it's been so popular on the PGA Tours out here. A lot of guys prefer to straight to fall right, ball flight. This driver is designed to where its leave lines and fall lines are kind of on the right side of the window. You can draw. We have guys that are drawers that play this. It's just it's a very neutral driver with our max out ball speed.
The draw will be very low spin.
Yeah, you have to work really hard to really turn this thing over. So it's been really popular for us because it is still forgiving. The Paradigm, all that weight that we saved using this entire carbon shell, it's all in the back and the face cup. So max ball speed and max MOI. Because even though these guys are the best players in the world,
they still mishit it occasionally.
You could say we could probably find a tee mark or two. Yeah, maybe a little scotch on the toe there, but no, it's been our most popular. I mean, Wesley, yourself, Xander, John Rahm, Sam Burns. I mean, the list goes on.
why not throw myself into that category,
you fit nicely in there.
And then shaft, what do we got going on
We got
here?
the Diamante GT 50 gram. You're a little bit longer lengthwise.
Is it the lightest shaft on tour?
Yeah, I don't know of any lighter shafts on here. So maxes out his ball speed, clubhead speed to produce maximum ball speeds. But it's very, the tip, everything's very forgiving. It's not a real loose feeling shaft for being so light. It paired well for him. Probably the best I've seen you drive it in like 4 or 5 years. We worked many years on drivers, and
we have tried it all. Have we not tried it all?
And the cool thing about this driver is this is a driver from American Express, and it's still the driver today when we're about to wrap up the season. That says a lot to how good this thing is.
And the funny part is this head actually was going to John Rahm to sign it for a charity auction item, and we just clicked it off and threw it in there. Here it is.
It's funny how things work out.
And that puts a wrap on the what's in the bag. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. There's gonna be a lot of links down below if you want to go get some of the stuff that's in my golf bag. Those links are below. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if you made it this far, you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it and stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming in the pipeline here.